So right now, let's clear the screen. The next command we're going to talk about is the sudo su command. What this command does is give you access to root privileges to execute administrative tasks. It's also known as switching to super user. In case you want to perform some things that require administrative privilege, you have to type this sudo su and hit enter. Then it's going to ask for your password. Then when you input your password, you can see root at Kali. It means we are now at the root level. As you progress, you're going to see that there's some situations whereby you need to use the sudo su command. Now, once you are here, how do you exit? It's easy. Just type exit and hit enter, and we are back to our BMW Kali directory. Now it's time for us to learn how to create a file. So to create a file, we use the command called touch space. Then we need a file name. The command is touch. Then what name do you want to call our file? That is the next thing. Let's use example dot, and our file should have an extension which is a txt extension. So what this command will do is that the command is going to create an empty file named example.txt. So I'm going to hit enter and see what happens. Now we have created an empty file. Let's go and display the content of the file. We're going to use another command known as cat. C-A-T. So I say cat space. What is the name of that file we created? Example .txt, and I hit enter. Now the file is empty. There's nothing in it. Now let's see how to write a text inside the empty file we created. What command are we going to use to do that? Echo command. Then what do we want to impute into this example.txt empty file we created? Let's put something in there. We're going to say send whatever is in that quote into our file. Now let's go and put something and send it to that file. So what are we going to put there? Anything. It can be of any length. It doesn't matter. So this is what we want in that file. So let me explain what's happening. This command enables us to push in this into the file we created earlier, which is this file we created here using the touch command. So let's hit enter now. So now let's go and view the contents of that file. We can do that using the cat command. So cat and the file name. So I am learning ethical hacking from the best school so far. To run this down, so touch and the file name is used to create an empty file. Cat and the file name is used to view the content of that file, then echo, then what you want to put into the file, and you send it to the file name is used to add content to the file. Then we now use cat and the file name to view the content of the file. I believe this is making sense. You can also do this without using the quotation. For example, let's create another file, touch file 1. In fact, let's do something now. I'm going to create this file on the desktop. So let's navigate to the desktop. So to do that, let's find out where we are at the moment. ls. So let's go to the desktop. So we're now on the desktop. I'm going to create a file now on the desktop directory. So I'm going to say touch. That is the command to create a file. Then I want to choose the name of the file. Let me say file 0. Now I don't want to specify the kind of file it is, so I hit enter. Now can you see the file 0 appear on the desktop? So when I come here and say ls, so I have the file and the folder I created before, and look at both of them here. So another way is to write something into the file, which I'm going to do using the command echo. This time I'm not going to put quote on this. I'm going to put I am going to school today to learn cybersecurity. Then after that, I create a space and I send that into file 0. I hit enter. So now I want to see the content of file 0. So I will cut it, cut file 0, enter. And that is the content. I'm going to school today for learning sorry about these errors here. So that is another way to create a file and add something to that file. Now this could be a long method to do this. There is another short way we can do this using a text editor known as Nano. So let's try that now. Nano could be the equivalent of Notepad we have on Windows. So to create a file using Nano, we just type Nano and we input the file name. For example, I'm going to use example 1 as a file name. So I'm going to hit enter. And here is the text editor. And here is the file name. We can input something into this text editor. So now that I'm done typing, I need to exit the Nano editor. And I'm going to do that using Ctrl X. And immediately I do that, it's going to ask me to save modified buffer. Y is for yes and N is for no. So I'm going to press Y on the keyboard. And lastly, I'm going to hit enter to exit. So what happened is that I have created a file, and look at the file here. example 1, which just appeared on my desktop. So for me to check the content of this file, I have to say cat and the file name example 1 and enter, and that is the content of example 1, which is this is the text editor for Kali Linux, which is what I imputed inside the Nano text editor. Now this is just how to create a file. Let me clear the screen. So what if we want to create a Python file using the same Nano? It's the same thing. I choose Nano, then I choose a file name. This time I can say example 2. Then I'm going to specify the kind of file I want to create. I will say .py. .py means this is a Python script. So I'm going to hit enter. And of course, I'm going to type my Python script or whatever I want to do here. And at the end of the day, Control X, then Y to save, and enter to exit. So to check the content of that file, I'm going to say cat example 2.py and enter, and this is a Python. So this is how to create a Python file using Nano. So that's all for this video. I'll see you on the next one.